Yes, once again, good evening. And so we are back. Unfortunately, we wanted to do this in the afternoon, but as usual, the network in Ghana is predictable. I don't know what I say. I am in network, I can't tell, but it does appear anytime I am making my mind to come on with network I shall see my problem, but my culture say we are determined, said the we continue to do it. So we are here once again, and as usual, conversation on the Yababa to us. Na make so like Wabaswa seize the opportunity and share. Sebeya Obinso ebitimi enye share. I'm sure that this evening the network is a bit stable and we will be able to have a conversation. Number of issues are popping up. Said that we see kind of we are no. We'll be looking at our state institutions because so mind be to institutions play a key role. And you remember when Obama came here, he said Africans build strong institutions. But me boy my democracy no a deep in a demo because the danger is that institutions are effective and determine the pace of our development. Now say you interface with human your friends saying decisions, individual discretion, and the obi pen at the end of the day fire could because a mind church say no more adopt that big man rule, one person in charge on the dictate BBR no we so those of us are adopted democracy as a way of say buya minor you cannot do away with effective institutions. But also I've told you say Obama buy your kasi and build a strong institution institutions enya bana enenya kwaku enenya kwame institutions your friend is saying yen nyina hawa yebetimi interface those things effectively and ensure say yade nhyehyeye ene niema yade ebegu akwan be ya akwan memra ene nhyehyeye ada ho no yebebe enum maye adwuma and abra what is an money ye adwuma no you realize emeye an individual decision, but it will be a multi-stakeholder and there's a lot of people input back coming to bear. So decision now who said decision has been crafted out of multiple ideas and multiple opinion and the very robust the opposite of the you achieve it. But unfortunately it does appear institutions in this particular country under the current dispensation way have all been compromised to one way or the other. And it's one thing I may assure say you pay critical attention to on my way, but be a nice, it's not easy because the ordinary Ghanaian all go through this harsh economic conditions under the current circumstances. We might not want to see say you be use state institution as any other thing be to compromise on near specifically I have in mind the election 2024 because we've seen few signs coming from the Electoral Commission and the recent appointment by the president. Known persons they are affiliated to a political party, and baby yadri tension brew over the Electoral Commission is something that we need to sit down and look at it critically to ensure say you bet me stabilize for confidence and trust in the Electoral Commission. Say whatever be the outcome of the election in 2024 people will accept it in good faith. But it does appear our president doesn't care the broken trust and the broken confidence so far as the institution Electoral Commission is concerned. Na abema man for enya that trust the president is defiant and he has gone ahead to appoint individuals and known party offensive faithfuls further destroy institution GDA nipa ni wom a sign by the peso, and it's very dangerous that we need to look at it and other state institutions as well. So this evening I think is something I say yaka wasem sebaya you bet me put on my way in babia enkonko yese ya ankasa ya call reference to kwa ade ma ye ho, and it's very key, it's very important. Me free say ese ye ka ho asem. But starting na me can about the Black Stars game in Kumasi yesterday. I think the Ghana supporters at the stadium, it was quite encouraging. I trust Ghana for still the passion for football is there. But administratively, the way and manner, near bino and a Ghana for do Afri football. So opposite would me put your mind together. With me deep in cohesion, I believe that football is one of the way, because especially in a polarized country like ours, where people have been divided across political lines, football is one of the ways to me bringing people across the political divide together. Sabaya cohesion, to me, I very effective, because until say effective cohesion, at that point, any bit me beginning to confront development. But that particular thing is something that we need to look at. But unfortunately, football a key thing. I have told you over the years. So assess the impact of football on the global economy at a larger scale, you realize indeed football economy has really come to stay, and a lot of monies your friends are coming from Manfoa or more investing in it. They are making significant gains. But unfortunately for us and our part of the world, especially in Ghana, you agree with me, say a lot of football talent in this particular country. A lot of football talent in this particular country. And those of you who have been looking at football in the 90s, in the 95, 2000, you see that by then you could tap on quality in terms of individual talent in our local game. But suddenly we've gotten to a level and Ghana football something different, because the priority has shifted from investing in the local football, looking for talent, to the Black Stars, because to them the Black Star is a cash cow for few individuals at the top. They can use the Black Stars as a springboard to finance their corrupt tendencies. So the Black Stars in the true honor see any team crana, people will go shopping abroad. People who were born in Ghana, those who stayed in Ghana, they go and shop for these individuals and bring them to play, when we are supposed to commit money and resources into building infrastructure, building improving on talent, identifying talent and improving. Sabaya at least you bet me a factory for producing football players. So economy impacted on us positively. As a country, we have not seen the need to invest in court football, in school football, in local leagues, and if you look at House of Oak and Kotoko in the 90s and compare to House of Oak and Kotoko today, they are in their state because nothing significant. House of Oak are forced to reckon with and Kotoko same. In the sub-region in Africa, in a lot of the competitions are more calm, but we can't say the same. Banka tab na advance nanka we are hoping that teams will emerge. Today House of Oak cannot compare itself to neighbors Elali, TP, Mezambe, and as a form of banana one day, and that because of investment, you're pushing to these teams in and African football. Why we are rather retrogressing, and to me it's a major concern, because I know talent here your way obi anene de obi ko school ni tidi boano obi etimi akusuya ensa anujuma enne boano obi nso de football. So as a state, we have a responsibility, especially at this point. It's obvious that football economy, can impact on any economy of a country positively. What are we doing? Rather, we have made it a cash cow. People are rather cashing on it, but investment, so we go to tournament. We as a player, we know very well we are not going to do well. We go, we waste resources. We come back, we wait for another period. Put people together, we go, we waste resources, because that is the only point people make money. But none of them and are clicking or be to be very sensible to realize, over the years, let us have a developmental plan in the next 10 years. This is the line that we want to go. We have a lot of footballers in this particular country, young talent in Tamale, in Sunyane, in Volta, whatever. Let us come out with a system. Maybe to identify these talent. So even a sports college go and be established somewhere now, you making sure say free scholarship for individuals with football talent. Now you train you more. We groom them. We build ties with international teams. You see, that is how you do it to ensure say you give them a future. Countries are more border and half first. Now they are known for saying no moka, like Burkina Faso, like Niger, and as for now can football in the 90s and as for they are not forced to reckon with. But in the youth football, Ghana cannot stand Mali. Youth football, Ghana cannot stand any of our neighbors. No more can MP and then how did they do it? Building academies and investing, and some of them have been able to create ties with their colonial masters. And so players in will pay you no. So you can count the number of your friends, your neighbors, or more around us, the number of players they have in the Italian league, in the French league, and other leagues. How many of our players quite free Ghana have or Borum in the top leagues out there? None. It shows that something significant here. We are not doing it, and nobody is thinking. It is all about money. It is all about money. It is all about money. Young tournament, and you see people behind it influencing several players in Bajisika do, because the very moment a players in Bajisika do, and that is the point we also benefit. But to go to the grassroots to look for players, not to them. They will never do that. If you want to understand it, look at the state of our local football. It is in this state. No be cancer now more than no be more local football, whether you like it or not. The state has a responsibility to ensure, because you see, football is a global thing today. So the air factor as a feeding a significant portion of our national team must automatically come from the local league. So if we have a regulation like 20 or 40% of a blaster call-up must emanate from the local team, then whichever government that comes knows this Herculean task will be prompted, and will see the need to invest significantly in the local league, because 1 year 40% in winner, so you need to make it better. And the GFA will also make it a priority. Say 40% component of our national team call-up must come from the local league. So we have a duty to ensure that we build the infrastructure, we support the teams to ensure that we are able to unearth talent, because these talent emanating from the team will come and affect this country economically and positively. Why can't we think as people? And Nema Amanfo used to turn their countries around. And those of you who have been following football, if you go to Spain, Real Madrid and Barcelona, it's one of the key ways. Sustaining the Spanish economy to a certain extent. And several other countries, Brazil, Cradia, Omo Coco, then as a form of Tondo carbon thing, your friend is saying income. The second higher Chichi Coco, the Gua Bruchiri, Brazil for Omodian footballers. The Brazilian league, they sell players outside for $50 million, $40 million, and so Sassika when you now come to Brazil. You're proud as your friend said, the Brazil of African football. And the reason I had a cancer because of the talent in abundance. Can we say the same here? Who is looking out for this talent? The incentives are not there. Even those I identify the infrastructure and we have the gut to go to tournament and be throwing millions of dollars away when we know say see a giant tournament even for 1 year. Not commitments and financial commitment to build infrastructure, support the teams to ensure say at least they will be able to project the image of the team to a certain level, international recognition, to build ties and alliances with foreign teams, at least players in the opportunity to go out there, or in a bid to influence the economy. Because you see, enye de bia na be cocoa, and enye de bia na be gold, and enye de bia na be say your friend is saying the nurses and the human resources are be crucial, very crucial. That is why you see a lot of nurses leaving the country. Corner, yes. Healthcare be impacting negatively on our health, but you can't blame them. But when they go, you know, say that particular go no more corner, so no, our impact on the economy. And football is key. How are we doing this? The concentration of the ministry, the concentration of the government, the concentration of the GFA, it's all about money, money, money. So the focus is always on the Black Stars. So the Black Star has become a cash cow, and over there is politics. This nasty NDC MPP politics is extended to that is what they are doing. And in the media, who are supposed to straighten things up, look at them and also prompt themselves. They are not ready to do that. They are divided. Your GFA boss and the journalist, and anti-GFA boss journalist, cat journalist, and now one cat journalist. They come on radio, they fight among themselves, leaving the critical and your friend is saying issues now affecting football now in Kasano. We leave it bare and then is feasting over crumbs because you're more bisika. We can't continue to because nema ye binum dachin and a ye kashe. For how long are we going to do this as people? For how long? That is the question we should be asking ourselves. That is the question we should be asking ourselves. Because say yanyasa ni yentimi a move from a ha. Na ye said the bia say ya na ye na the bia say na ye na. We will never move on as a country. We can never. Because talent e wo kroma football at the court level no. Ye timi establish nkra no ene kwa brochira nkra no fo ano kwa mu kakra bi. You identify talent in as a phone. You don't need to identify talent. Just give them the football, and as they grow with it, those who may identify say they have the talent in them. No, you separate them from that early age. You groom them to become the kind of footballers you want them to become. Because states, are setting up systems and institutions. Because as a poor country, you must always be thinking and position yourself to grab as an advantage from some of these emergent things. We can't do that. It is always about football. It is always about money. And you see, unfortunately for us, I think one thing so not see it very annoying about this whole GFA football administration in this country is that I say answer apply to be GFA president. I just say only team. So imagine Nipa no more team no don't have the requisite intelligence or whatever that it takes to run football. The person must come. Does it make sense? Why not open it up? People with your friend saying an intense knowledge into that particular way who can commit themselves to change and bring something different to ensure say whatever that a person achieve you bet me achieve by bringing some form of a revolution into our football system. Now you in line with what is happening out there. So it will be no longer about money. It will be about the game, the talent, and how we build things up. Because football has a folk no kotoko na aduana na se for our influence on the local economy as well. These are key things we need to. So that is why I am not so much enthused about this Black Star thing. I'm a Ghanaian, but I'm not so fascinated about Black Star. No. Because I feel hurt. Abraham who has a folk in a deplorable state, Kotoko in a deplorable. Yes, you can blame administrators of this team for poor managerial. Your friend is saying skills no kwa so mototo money they have their challenges, but can you blame them when the entire state cannot get things right? Can you blame them when the state Nankasa is getting its priorities wrong and is not interested? Because football teams, just like a bank, private bank, the very moment they have a certain emotion, it is no longer private. In this obiti team, now the Ghana for gum no training more upon as a talent, it is no longer private. The state must have interest in it because Ghana for the womb, whatever be the outcome, and the impact will be on the country, not just on the team. That is why some of these enterprises, government must not leave it to individuals. Because it's not a church will be running. You don't need to. It's the problem. So that is it about football going forward. I'm hoping say you benya change. So and institutions must begin to realize the need. Say they are not serving themselves, they are not serving their interest, but they are rather serving for the good of the country. In the 3 or the 5 northern regions. setting up a place. I identify talent. Every year, we know, say, at least we're able to screen players here. We have a sports college somewhere. We feed them with these talents. For the start, we feed them with these talents. We have trainers. We have people with the requisite skills and intelligence to be able to help them or nurture them. We adopt the football model in the next 10 years. We come up with a plan in the next 5 years, because this is the project they see in this Ghana for. We are withdrawing from any competitive tournament out there. Now you use the period to build our local football to ensure we are able to produce a lot of players. Very your friend is saying competing at the highest level. So resources, everything, you're building into bringing the team together. Good players, you see, all in a bit to influence the economy. As a government, you are not looking at the football. Yes, the football effect is key, but the economic impact is also crucial. Can't we think as people? So it's always about the blasters, cash cow. Egypt, Asiama was a wine, say a tournament. Sika ye ko to the course at tournament nye sika ketua okoye no san sika boto e no nam faro naso yaba na yaba yaba sika no, and truly they wasted all the money perform woefully and on better now nobody questioned anybody. Subsequent, we went for another tournament, embarrassed. That was our worst performance in several years. Then we went to World Cup. Yeah, and yen sign nim nyansa ntino ye ko tournament na aka kire say o man no nyina nya akwanchi ne mompa ye mfanta o man na chi. Na ye kwa ye bibia ba ye kwa na ye kogu ye nim ase na yaba, and we don't talk about it anymore. So until when and you realize say okay, enough is enough. You mess it up for so long. This is the time for us to call it a halt and say hey, we are doing something differently. Until when? For how long are we going to? We know the system is a failure. Failure is staring right in front of us. You see it, I see it, even your child sees it. But how can't we just halt and say enough is enough? Let us change. Let us realign our priorities and ensure that this time we are doing things differently. Nobody's interested in that. And we sit here hoping things will change. Trust me. Never. Leadership be our only priorities, and I want set a priority, only objective be able to go by it, and I able to measure within a specific time frame to know say or when anyone now or banachi na there be on the who na on that realizing his own challenges and juxtapose it against what is happening. Now who say whether he's making positive impact or negative impact, that nation will never move on. And that is the point we are at a crossroad. And all the enthusiastic supporters you saw in Kumasi and Rana or mobile from all over the country, people from Accra, from Tamale, from Way, they were all at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. The reason is that it's at the center, so definitely you have people from all over coming there. So it's good. And I can't move the Tima Stadium near ma. But that also send a message. Say Ghanaians, the love and the passion for football is still there. But our teams are not able to. Quite recently, House of Folk Nekotoko, Ebobo, Ewakra, the President Cup and SA League fixture. The president was gate free. Nobody Obianko. Because one, quality is not there. Organization is poor. And football Nankasa Kran said you running just say time. You got few individuals be they are football people. So they own it. Something that can change the destiny of this country, Some people feel they own it, they have it, and they can just use it to do whatever that they want because we are the football people. I think such nonsense must stop, and it will take somebody bold enough as a leader to put a halt to some of these things and bring some form of revolution into our football. And the aim will be one, to ensure we go for talent hunt, we set up football colleges and others, bring in qualified individuals to train them. So it will not just be football, and at the same time people will be schooling. Whatever culture that you want, you can insert in them. They will come back. That is what you do. But We have left the system so bare. So your friend saying survivor of the fittest. And you would struggle on your own now to make a drop on tia. Then, like quite recently, I saw this young man, Anajan. If they are telling you he's from Brekum, Abra started, I think they honor local school. Quite how far so I could through Europe. If they tell you the story, you know so I so must it always be like Obimbra no one kasane the busian for ansana. Abendada, young conquer frenomra, inaki, oh, abendada, way abendada, torek lamte, abendada, way abendada, yenam sadante, oh, ne papa ne mame, and ne papa ne frigana, way, ne papa frigana. So you are not sensible enough to realize that these people went through something and it will be make you more. Why I will make you know talent bang and what me identify. Why system infrastructure bang. Even infrastructure is a problem. If you look at our league, now here's some of the stadium, bubble or so, a shuttle off. And you see, you can't blame the ordinary Ghanaian on cost sports stadium. Why? Because those days and I'm for cost stadium, no, now we were not exposed to the European football like the kind of play Messi, Ronaldo, and then as a form, who's not a rare. But and then because of DSTV and as for the mind not consistently is exposed to some of these things, and that has become the standard. So anything below it is fruity, and it's normal unless you are not sensible. If you want to understand why people don't go to the stadium, these are some of the basic things, because and then the mind is exposed to. Akwese se obi ana ote akurase ana ade a odi na wo tu kwan akotena brochire na for several years na what this and back to the village na this man already know their mind is used to something quality out there, so they will see this oh no, that is it for you. So men blame obi is the quality, the standard, and as a forum, because nobody is paying attention. President is not interested. The minister your modern background or crime minimum on the crowd there just say and Ket in Crowfonum, so they are just doing this job for profits. It's just a profiteering enterprise, selling players, bringing in people, they own favors, their own. It's business for these guys, and they have a corrupt media house. So some so ignorant, they come on radio, rant. They don't fixate on the key and your friends said the relevant issues now. Affective football, they are not interested. They are divided along the lines, just like Coco politics and this media for those for the GFA and those against the GFA. Leaving bare the key and the critical issues, because if you're not stakeholder engagement and these people, you me are bringing all these issues to their attention. Say, Charlie, sir, 3 tournaments now yakono. Look at the outcome. Yes, yako free for the omaba, but outcome is and see. So there is the need for us to say, hey, football in this country, we are coming up with a plan to ensure, say, yebi. Somebody came out with the plan. So plan na ye na kofa makelesian and say identify those boys in na or running system na until say ebe endi eba that nobody has put anything in place. So in the next 20 to 30 years, it's going to be like this. Because and now you can say everything for free. I am not saying say but that has become disincentive for us to do investment locally. It has become disincentive. It has become disincentive. Am I ne? Yeah, try say we are not doing anything. Don't worry. We will identify people. So those with ties, friends out there, we go and bring them, and that is it for us. And then you'll be asem. The answer Yakoshi Sikanaba. That has been the major drive in terms of our football policy in this particular country. No, there is nobody responsible enough sitting somewhere overseeing affairs. Parliament because the oversight responsibility no more enjoy they have the capacity and the power to be questioning some of these institutions to ensure say they are doing the right thing. They are doing the right thing at every point in time. But that is not our case. Ghana no Obia did me, and that is enough. That is enough. We don't prioritize any other thing. Okay, so that is it about football for you. Our state institution, I may come once the Electoral Commission trying to put Ghana on a powder keg, and if care is not taken, they may end up casting this country into a conflict mode in 2024 elections. Because already, we had the circumstances at German Sanen and Crow for a buyer. People were worried about Baby Omufriba because so Charlotte say was uprooted like cassava. And with the coming of these people, there were people for some lingering concerns at the back of the mind of people. Say, oh, these people are known people working for government and so forth. And the mention Bosman Asare, his days at the University of Ghana, people had enough to prove that. But nevertheless, we went into the elections. Niama bebre see some confirming the concerns and now for a war. And people, those doubts must still exist. So as a reasonable institution working for the interests of this country, after the election, the best thing to do is to patch up with the major stakeholders. The reason is that the major focus, apart from saying for AG elections at one major focus is to avoid conflict, war, because anywhere Sudan and several African countries, Cote d'Ivoire and Nasefo, are there come I know boy because election related dispute and the those violence and your friends say people were gunning people down whole lot. We Nipo moved free Cote d'Ivoire, all because of elections. And our model has become something like a reference point. Countries look up to Ghana, Afarijan time, so Ghana should be the last country the Electoral Commission because such an upset in an election of it violence. But it does appear say these guys don't give a damn about anybody. They don't respect anybody. So in some nipa because you started with this Ghana card issue, and I can't want some about say we need Ghana card. I want to mean to back. We thought it was just a normal conversation among for air politics until said the CI was laid in our parliament. A man for express concern. A man for express concern about your friends say Electoral Commission in the near Mabia or more air. Hoping say at least they will listen to the many concerns and not echo so. But unfortunately, it is what it is for them. Ghana card na ye can one same see and the CI is the parliament say abaye bone of contention as to whether say about adopt and say adopt and the woman in say Ghana card abaye the sole documenter. Unibia you can register and vote. So without a Ghana card now voting age a delegitimize you can vote against the case is the card government is supposed to issue and it is not everybody and it was a card no be. So what is this haste? What is this haste I try to make sure say na with the Ghana card? And if I'm a Ghanaian today, Ghana card, Mimi Bintino, can rob me my identity as a Ghanaian through no fault of mine because government is supposed to ensure that this institution will provide a card. I don't have it. I know people who registered for the card in May last year, after they don't have it. So are we going to use something that the government is supposed to provide as a basis to disqualify people from voting and say war and a truly far? I don't know what you're asking. And you see, there is a danger that people are not paying attention to. If the Electoral Commission goes through with this idea that fine, say yamfa Ghana card and the sole document for registration. Listen, these guys, this is the plan. Let me show you the plan. say a go through we are, it means going forward, everybody be a Ghana card ni bia no and a bit me register to aba. So previously the registration last year na guarantor system so somebody will take the issue to the Supreme Court saying so based on the new CI register na eda ho no enye legitimate because the guarantor system and the registration for a binom into no yan kwash the old register and then yan use the new CI as basis to build a new register. Now you can't trust the Supreme Court, that this issue will go. So ya plan a starting with this CI. If this CI goes through, somebody will take the issue to court and challenge the legitimacy of the existing register, and trust me, that person is going to win, and that will trigger the new registration. Now, ebasa millions of dollars now during COVID in 2020. Yakasa again said there was no need for the Electoral Commission to come out with register and as a form no. That particular register no, be throughout to baby. Amanya ye ni sika na yesu hey rade. So you setting up institution. Say omomoayen in our quest to develop. And now say you setting up institutions omomra. Na our quest to develop they should come and thwart it. Yes, focus on an institution or in a bed of working and as a pleasing somebody who has entrusted us yenye bibi mano. Sa kwan no ene ye nam so because if you look at the trajectory of event na kwan nema fa so airco like how on earth can any reasonable person on his right senses who says hey Ghana card no Atefua came and I admitted, and then you have this same finance minister na while run the Ghana economy and say na no ho ye hi ba people want him out and offer some man nko because in busu ni kendo foriata. That guy went to parliament on that day to assure people say a Ghana card no kwanda yo sika ye be make sure say they will do it. So yan gentum na yan fa Ghana card no kwa any registration. These are people ya running economy na say low, and now no we should be looking at our priorities. Sabe ya yentimi nkoto sika ntungu. Ventures and yansa nim should be the last place we should be going, but to them they don't care. Enti emane nyon say ne Electoral Commission is doing everything possible to ensure say the Ghana card will be the only way. And I'm telling you, say these people are putting Ghana on a powder keg. Left with time exploding on our faces, because if you look at the prevailing economic circumstances in my course here, I am not sure the anger in people, any least provocation, so will be into abano. If you are not, if say you take care, this country will explode. Because any attempt to compromise and the offense say the funny parcel to ensure say the government will be reinstated. No, trust me, people resisted fiercely with everything in them, so they should not make an attempt. And again, in the face of the SC President Akufo-Addo Ednam na was appointing among 4 known faces like people, the doctor from the university in Sunyania. Oh yeah, a known party person will be him say he's a patron in the MPP. So Electoral Commission here we are looking for individuals with neutral identity to man such sensitive institution, because they are sensitive institution. An extremely partisan exposed person, may be competently but the lingering concerns and the doubt on the minds of people may render adwuma na obeye no diligently no kra no emane amanfo hu ni. So that risk is there. That is why we want somebody with a neutral political identity, sabaya ebetime engender trust and confidence. But this same president, in the face of all that has happened, the many concerns people raised about Jen sending appointment, and a choir, your first word, Jen, your friend Charlotte was hounded. And with the inclusion of this macho man, your friend Bossman Asari from the University of Ghana, a man for him, the rural player, his partisan exposure, who did decide to way in I'm already the concerns in the air build, I'm a man for one. How on earth such a person will go back again and pick somebody who is a known radio activist of their party in power? So would never electoral commission. What message is he trying to send? And what message how do you want people around to accept that particular thing? Because when I heard it, I don't want to talk about it, but me video, the man was on radio projecting the MPP government, talking as a party spokesperson and a whole lot of stuff. So the person was such partisan identity. You put him on the electoral commission board. Decision Ben and go in favor of Abanya. You think that person will support it? And the rendering state institutions effective, this is one of the ways of rendering them ineffective. And the trust and the confidence you expect people to repose in the state institution, you will not have it. At the end of the day, so what the electoral outcome be about, it may be right, it may be appropriate, it may be free from rigging and stuff, but because of those lingering concerns and the misconception people already had at the back of their mind, say, is in a compromise. Individuals who are loyal to power and individuals who are known partisan activists, and they do more community, that will compromise on your final saying election, on the credibility. People will not accept it, not on the basis of any credible, but on the basis of individuals. So as president, you should be sensible enough to sense this danger, knowing very well that the arena is a very tricky arena. He cannot get anything right. And that brings to mind, who are those advising the president? That is why when I started this whole thing, I've been lamenting about the relevance of this so-called Council of State. To me, like I've been telling you, it's the most useless institution we've ever had. The most useless. Because indeed, if their job is to give the president a wise counsel, I wonder where they were when the president attempted or decided to come up with this particular decision. So what is the essence of this whole Council of State? Even when we know that counseling somebody that's not enjoying the president to take it, but we waste huge sums of money paying these people for what? It's the most useless institution. Yes, I respect individuals because we are him for experience, but you see, putting all of them together and looking at the output, render the institution useless, not the individuals. And that is a fact. That is a fact. If there is anything in our constitution that we must throw into the bush, into the dustbin, the first thing should be the Council of State. It's useless. Because are there anything, are there any value to our development? It's just like a white elephant. We need to put it into the dustbin. Because if you sit there and consistently, the president will be taking decisions deemed unwise. The president will be taking decisions deemed unnecessary, will be taking decisions deemed so risky. Then what is your essence? Because from day one, Akufo-Addo has been taking reckless, dangerous decisions about one thing. Now, president of one as a penny. But we have a Council of State, and he has friends. There are people around him there. You can understand them, bootlickers and sycophants. They need